What you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We have tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass count, gotta make it last now. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up. Hate on me if I know. Try to say stop when the beat say go. There you go again, that voice is cool. Watch you make your girlfriend. You've been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I be. After causing ruckus in the industry, making this so she can't sleep.
What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. Y'all know I'm live. What's going on? Can y'all hear me out there? Can everybody hear me? YouTube, what's going on? Facebook, what's going on? We got ups, what's going on? Instagram, what's going on? I got it loaded today. Oh my goodness. This is epic. What's going on? I'm going to tell y'all. It got a big interview, y'all. Miss Sean Russell is stopping by. So go get everybody. Let everybody know. The interview that everybody been waiting for. Miss Sean Russell is stopping by. And I feel like 50 right now. Because we got 22 questions. 22 questions and a slideshow game event. We going to do it. 22 questions for Miss Sean Russell that's stopping by. Big shout out for Miss Sean Russell. She getting comfortable. I'm getting excited. I can't wait because I seen her on everybody's platform, right? And I'm looking. I'm like, okay. I see what I got asked. Okay. I see what I got asked. Okay. But then I'm looking for the hard questions. And I don't see none of the hard questions. So I'm like, okay. Maybe somebody gonna ask, because I don't got to interview it if somebody asks the hard questions. If you ask the hard questions, DanaJay don't got to interview it. But nobody asked the hard questions. So guess what? DanaJay got 22 questions for Miss Sean Russell. 22 questions that I haven't heard nobody ask yet. Because I've been hearing the same questions, y'all. The same questions. So I'm going to say, what up, Dream Team? What's going on? What up, Oak Cove? What up, friends? What up? What's going on? Let me see. Let's look at this. Let's get this out the way. Sidbo, what's going on? My bro, A.L. Sterling, love yourself. EJ, Nisi69, what's going on, sis? Miss ya. I just talked to you just about an hour ago, though. Belinda Prince, hey, how you doing? Let me see. Miss Hot Pink in the building. What's going on? Coco with the KKKK. What's going on? Miss Lady T Dixon. Woo, Nikki M. What's going on? Nikki M, you might go be up for the rest of the night because I got 2 more lives to come. And on that 3rd live, me and you going to break bread because you know some sugar honey iced tea is going to be exposed. So it's going to go crazy on that, you know what I'm saying? Oak Cove in the building, what's going on? I don't see Angie Walker. Where Angie Walker at? So Oakland in the building. Oh, shucks. So Oakland is in the building. She must ain't died from the oxtails that Sid forgot to cook last night. I'm just putting it out there. Indigo Forever, how you doing? Miss Sharon Wimbush, how you doing? Everybody in the bushes, how you doing? Let's get them likes up. We can't move unless them likes go up. Let's get them likes up. J-Rock Ed, what up, little bro? Over there on Facebook land. Little Corey Milton over there on We Got Ups. I see you, bro. Y'all know how it is. I gotta get all the plan out. Because when this interview happened, we're gonna get serious. We're gonna get real serious. I don't know about y'all, but we're gonna get live. I mean, live like a wire. Ooh, Donald. Okay, since I moved that, let's move this. Hold on. Oh man, what'd I do with it? I moved some stuff in the file. So, I moved some stuff in the file. I shouldn't have did that. Hold on for a second, y'all. I'll get to this later. I'll get to it later. Okay. Okay. That's sad. I'll get to it later. Man. They is not letting me let this move. Okay. Let me get this real quick. Let me get this. But y'all tell everybody to come on over. So while we waiting, man, we gonna jam. We gonna do what we do over here. We gonna do what we do while we wait for Miss Russell to get ready to give us the interview of the year. And we gonna get some stuff off our chest real quick. So let's see.
Yeah. Since I just got tired with the kickstand, thinking of the time to get quick bands, falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick run. I was packing on the ground, got my way up. Hot beef in the streets like a stage up. Ready try to show me how to take a cake, bro. Doing that with everything I ever stick, bro. Since I just got tired with the kickstand, thinking of the time to get quick bands, falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick run. I was packing on the ground, got my way up. Hot beef in the streets like a stage up. Ready try to show me how to take a cake, bro. Doing that with everything I ever stick, bro. Back in the day, me and a nigga had big jeans. Couldn't afford a new pair, I had broke shoes. Couldn't think about the money, I had broke dreams. Outfit was the match of a crack fume. I was trying to be fly, couldn't take off. Coach sewing on my ass, lost weight, dog. No jacket in the winter, had to shake, dog. Then I said, fuck it, cause something gon' have to shake, dog. Then my nigga Bobby put me on a quick kick. Wasn't alive, but a known for a quick fix. In the section, I was still got me a big six. In the snow, pushing ball, bitch, it's a brick dick. Never killed, I ain't gonna lie, I was tempted. He was the target, but he lucky that I missed it. I was always fucking low, was a misfit. My opportunity was knocking and I missed it. Young when I hopped off the street, 2 doors where I flow, I hop in the coupe. 2 swords from the wall where I couldn't lose. Got scars and bruises when I got the proof. Resemble your steel cause I got the juice. You think you too broke, yet I'm all as loose. Step in the next with my Timberland boots. I'm planning, I'm stable, I'm growing in roots. Since it's just the time with the kickstand, thinking of a plan to get quick bands, falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick run. I was packing on the ground, got my way up. Hot beef in the streets like a stage up. Ready try to show me how to make a cake, bro. Doing that with everything I ever stick, bro. Since it just got tired with the kickstand, thinking of a plan to get quick bands, falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick run. I was packing on the ground, got my way up. Hot beef in the streets like a stage up. Ready try to show me how to make a cake, bro. Doing that with everything I ever stick, bro. I remember chillin' at one of my little bitch crew, about to fall by the hood, and cause of the fixins. A nigga came through, he was on some bitch shit. Didn't know I was rolling, my hands so gifted. Boy, how me tell her to get in the mix quick. Couple knocks, maybe drop like a dirt to be lifted. Fought another nigga after I thought was some kid shit. Throwing up both of our sets was into the friendship. Get respect, neck and neck, my niggas didn't back down. Had them staring up, then they ended the back down. down. His hands in my life, now they under the flat now. Flat like a wheel, let's see if you flat now. Had enough, it was tough when he left us one round. KD on the bench, equipped with the trade down. Made him run, it was funny, was scared of the gun sound. Made him shit, he whipped by the car, he was ducked down. I ain't got no time for you to face. The phonies, jabronis, and I saw the chase. My homie's the only who come past the gate. I'm whacking no beats, cutting the heads off the snakes. I'm hungry, I'm eating right off all your plate. I won't eat, I'm on it, it's my fault to take. I'm stagnant, I'm magnet, I'm standing in place. The reason I'm popping, it's all up for hate. She's just the time with the kickstand. Taking on the plan to get quick bands. Falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick band. I was packing on the pound, got my way up. Hat beef in the streets, I can stay up. Lady tried to show me how to take a cake, girl. Doing that with everything I ever stick, girl. Since it's just the time with the kickstand. Taking on the plan to get quick bands. Falling in deep with the quicksand. Flag on my ass, no quick band. I was packing on the pound, got my way up. Hat beef in the streets, I can stay up. Lady tried to show me how to take a cake, girl. Doing that with everything I ever stick, girl. Yeah.
Betty Crocker, help me keep my weight up. The streets made me get my cake up. But hey, I'm waiting on Miss Russell to come on in. We're going to have it live. We're going to do what we do. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be fun. We're going to be fun. Hold on. Who? Huh? Oh, man. Just got some bad news, but hey, hold on. Life ain't promising nobody. Just going in a quick step. Get up. Waiting on you. All right. Hey man, just got some bad news, man. Jeez. But hey, gotta go on. Here she come. She come. Here she comes. She's here.
I'm here.
Look, I'm gonna put your picture up as a thumbnail because I was already in when you sent it. When I seen it.
That'll work.
All right. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey.
Feedback.
You got a little feedback?
Yeah.
What about now?
Yes, it's on my end, I guess, because I can hear everything I'm saying.
Okay. Ooh.
But we'll just rock with it.
Okay. And she said, we'll just rock with it. Y'all see how we do, and we give them time to get ready. We give them time to get right. Like I was telling everybody, we got 22 questions for you. 22.
All right. Let's make a deal.
22. So what I'm going to do is, since there's so many questions, I'm looking at the slide now. That's going to be a little too much. So we're going to break it up into two parts. The first part, that we're gonna do today is gonna be the questions, and then we're gonna hit them again Monday with the video, because the video by itself gonna be like 2 hours long.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna drain you like that. But the Dream Team, thank you, Miss Sean, for being here. We thank you for being here, for gracing us with your presence. Everybody, if you haven't went to our website, I will post it in my community chat and everything. We're going to support her. This is Don Russell's older sister, right?
Absolutely.
Older sister. The one who have ambitions, the one who have dreams, the one who accomplished her dreams and ambitions and did everything by the book. I can't say so much about the brother. And with the questions, y'all gonna know. So, Ms. Sean, is there anything that you want to say before we get started?
I mean, just bring it on. And whatever we don't cover, or if people have questions and want a more in-depth, they can go over to L. Sean. And you'll see in the description how to purchase the book to get a in-depth look at the journey between my brother and myself.
And yeah, man, she a great person. Real great person. Real great person. I see the comments. So if y'all got questions, if we got time, we'll get to y'all questions. But we got 22 questions. Question number 1. We gonna go there. Why would Don Russell say Robert needs psychological help in an interview that he wasn't ordained to give, and Don Russell himself is not a doctor at all?
Out of ego and to make himself appear to have a close relationship with Rob than he actually does. Because you would think that someone who makes a statement like that has an intimate relationship, unknowing of a side of him that isn't obvious to the public. But he doesn't have that. So that's part of, the illusion that he's painting in order for him to reach his end game.
Wow. So basically it's like a clout chasing type situation.
Yeah.
So did you see any of that as far as like growing up, when y'all was growing up?
Any of what?
Of him, like wanting to be a big time celebrity or a superstar?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ever since we were children. I mean, my mother put us in fine arts when we were young, so it was kind of like the female version of Joe Jackson, but that was something that he desired a little bit more than I did. So he's always, been the type of person to want to be in the limelight, in the spotlight. And I just personally believe that he saw an opportunity to do that with Rob, and he exploited it to the 10th power.
So as far as all of y'all tap dancing together and all that, that's a fallacy. But y'all never did anything together with Rob. Y'all just interacted as y'all was in one area trying to tap dance and get funds, and he was doing the same thing as far as singing in another area.
Exactly.
Okay. Next question. Why would Don Russell... Okay, I already asked that. Next question. What legal background do Don Russell have besides graduating from the internet version of Harvard University?
There's an internet version of...
That was a joke.
I know. None.
Because he gives a lot of legal background and when I last recall it, plus he said he went to Harvard.
Yeah, he did say that, but I mean, I don't know why you would tell such a lie that someone could actually just make a call and check out.
Wow. Okay. Number 4. In your opinion, by Don being a scam artist and a fast talker, how would you say that all that Don has done in the last 2 years, how did it help or hurt Robert? What is your opinion?
I mean, I believe it hurt him because it was all for his personal gain. You know, he wasn't doing anything that. See, the thing of it is that in order for a con man to be successful, he has to make you feel like you are a blessing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they have to be able to look at your weaknesses, assess those, and make you feel like they're the answer to your prayers. Right?
Okay.
But that's why discernment comes into play, because that's be a reciprocated feeling. You know what I'm saying? And if this person isn't showing you or demonstrating how you are a blessing to them as well, then it's a problem, because, you know, they have the upper hand, so to speak. You know, because you're invested in it from an emotional standpoint, because you genuinely think this person is trying to help you, but in all actuality, they taking advantage of you and coming up. That's why you have shows like American Greed, because they come and they sell this pipe, you know, but the bottom line is they just trying to get your bread.
Wow. One thing real quick. What's the name of your book? Because people are trying to purchase your book now.
It's called Breaking from Bondage.
It's called.
You can go to my page, look in the description section, and you'll see the instructions on how to purchase it. Cash App me and email me your mailing information. Put your name that you're putting in your mailing information in the Cash App so that I can make the connection between the two.
Got you. Also, mods, if anybody coming here being disrespectful, get them out of here. We ain't playing that tonight. Miss Sean will not be disrespected by nobody.
I appreciate that.
All right. Let's get into these questions. Woo! The first two was kind of okay. Now here's the juicy ones. Tell us about your relationship with Don Russell. Why has your relationship been strained? And then there's a second part to that, though.
Okay. So I believe that, you know, it's strained because my mother never intervened when we were children. She always had and took the position that I was the oldest and I should know better. I should be able to navigate those situations and avoid his abuse, you know, but it wasn't the case. And as we got older, it just got worse. You know, so he's always been the person that he is. It's just that if you don't have anybody in your life to bring correction, then why would you change?
So, question. Do you believe that the tap dancing, chicken shucking brother of yours is a con man?
Absolutely. He always has been.
What makes you say that?
Because he's been doing it on a smaller scale his entire life. This opportunity and situation with Rob was his biggest con yet that I know of. Just because of who Rob is. And you know, he's in the news, he's on the radio, he's everywhere, like everybody knows him. So he's never, I would say, targeted somebody that has the credentials and the status that Rob does.
Okay.
I mean, and there are situations like on a smaller scale, of course, that you hear about in the family, you know, different things that he's done over the years. And he's just always been an opportunist. You know, he's never had a job, but he always has stuff, you know, and so it's like, you just know he's up to his same old shenanigans, you know, whatever it may be.
Okay. For they saying that you're echoing.
I know it. I'm getting the same feedback.
So, Question: are you watching it as well as?
Nope.
What about now?
I don't. Nope, it's still echoing.
2, 3.
It's not on your end. It's on my end for some strange reason. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my daughter. Maybe she can help with
Okay.
this. Mia, come here for a second. This is echoing. It has a lot of feedback. You know what to do to correct that? It's still echoing. Yeah.
There you go, EJ. I ain't know you wasn't a model on this page.
It's his. It's not on his. On my end.
But it's like echoing because as if it was supposed to.
Is our volume turned all the way up?
Is your mic? She said it plugged to the monitor or something.
Is my mic hooked up to the monitor?
No, what were you
Like
saying?
to the speaker of where you're hearing.
And what about now?
Yeah, it's still echoing.
It's like this low. Now it's lower.
No, it's not. Your voice is low.
What about now?
Say something. I'm saying something. It's still echoing. You want me to X out and try to join back in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2. All right. That's already done, so Oakland. 1, 2. Waiting for it to come back in. We gonna get it in. And we want y'all to be able to hear. 1. Let's try something.
Better? Nope. Still echoing on my
Oh,
end.
hold on. Talk now. Hold on.
No more echo. Well, it just went back.
What about now?
Okay. Huh? I am. It's still echoing, but whatever you did, it went back to echoing. It wasn't initially.
I muted your mic, but I won't be able to hear you.
It's not gonna work.
So what about now?
It's still. Yeah. Still there. Crazy.
Is the echo bad, y'all? Or can y'all hear?
No, they can hear it as well. They're in the chat saying they can hear the echo.
Can y'all hear the echo?
Can they still hear it? I still hear it.
Are you still here?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna get you together.
It's like feedback.
I'm gonna get you together. Hold on.
Yeah, you're clear.
What about now?
It's still. Hello. It's a little bit better.
What about now?
Hello. I am talking. It's still there.
What about now?
Is it still there? It's a little bit better. It's going down, right? Yeah. Ask them, how does it sound on their end?
How do it sound on y'all end?
Because I'm it's lower. So whatever you're doing, like you're on the right path.
What about now?
Did you see the text I sent you too when I went away? It's lower.
So the echo's not there?
Is it better? It's lower. It's good. It's good enough for me to deal with. I don't
All
know
right.
about them now.
All right, let's rock. Let me see the text. Look, I shouldn't have to look up and see somebody saying that some trolls are in here. Y'all know what to do. Talk now, Michonne.
Dana, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right.
So can y'all hear? Can y'all hear her?
Test, test. Test, test, test.
I sent her the link already.
2, 3. Okay.
I sent it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. All right. There we go. This dude just. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's rock. Don't got time for that.
What
All
number
right.
we on?
Huh?
Where we at? What number?
Okay, I got you. So we was talking about Don Russell and your relationship being strained, and you answered that. But I asked about, do you think that dude can be a con man? And you said yes. And we asked.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. If you had to take the car, you had to take the car. Ain't no problem. See, you are home. We a family over here.
Yeah.
And you don't got to be rushed. You don't got, man, look, take it. If you want to go get some cognac or something, you want to drink, look, do it. You home.
I wish.
All right, a question. This is the same carry-on question. It says, do you have do you have any specific examples throughout your life or his life or your life together or history of him taking advantage of people?
Specific? Well, there was an incident with George Daniels. I don't know the details, but I'm not sure if you're familiar with who he is. So George Daniels had a record shop on the west side of Chicago, located on Roosevelt Road, and there was a situation where Doc was using his name and some type of scandal, and he actually called me to ask me to talk to Donnell and my mother to get him to stop using this stuff. So, I mean, it's always been situations like that. There was a guy that he was supposed to be purchasing the house that my mom quit claim deed over to him.
Okay.
And ran off with the money. So his name's Carlton. He has a shop on the west side of Chicago.
And he ran off with the money?
Yeah, so some kind of way they made some type of deal. He ended up giving him some money. Like I guess they didn't go through the proper channels, but he gave him money, for it. And I guess he was supposed to quit claim deed it over to him, but that never happened.
Wow. That's
And so this guy, Carlton, was Twister's like best friend when we were growing up. we all used to hang out together.
Right.
And so that's how I know him. And so he called me, and it was like he was trying to get at me because of what Donnell had done. You know, which is the reason again why I came out initially, because I don't want to be tied to anything that he's doing, because if people know us, then drawing heat is sending heat my way.
Well, I can understand why you came out. I totally can. And you know, people. Hold on for a second. Hello. Check your text message. Okay, let me send it again. Hold on. Hold that thought. This is weird. I said it 3 times. Okay. Yeah, the link right there. All right. Okay, like I was saying, I totally understand why you came out after 2.5 years, because really you wasn't gonna even say anything about it. But like people ask me, why did I start attacking him? No, I started attacking him because I seen the messed up stuff that he was doing. And then I looked at it and I was like, that's not gonna help Rob at all. So do I sit back and just watch it, or do I say something? There's no way I can just sit back and watch it if I love Robert and care about Robert. I don't care about Joe, but if I'm here for Robert and Robert's my main focus and always been my guy, why would I not say nothing?
Absolutely.
So that's when I just started coming out blasting little by little. And he just kept putting up stuff talking about something. Oh, look, he attacking me for no reason. I ain't doing nothing. And everything I said, word for word. It might not have happened in the time frame that I expected it to, but it was coming down. It was trickling down. And showing up, everything I said happened. And then people was like, oh no, he set Don Russell up. But it was only the people that runs with Don Russell, like the trolls that's trying to come in here now. That's, matter of fact, it's only those people that believe Don Russell is the GOAT, but they believe that he's the God, but he's not the God. This man is a screwing con artist.
He is.
But I appreciate you for coming out, because you validating what a lot of us couldn't validate about the childhood. We can only validate from 218 on. But you can validate from 218 before. We can do from 218 beyond, but you can do from 218 before.
Yeah.
Just like this next question. It says, is Don prone violence?
Absolutely. To women, though.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. But he only violent towards women.
Absolutely, because he's a coward at the end of the day.
Okay. So, have you witnessed him verbally, physically abusive, or have you heard of his abuse?
Absolutely. I mean, it was directed towards me for years and his children's mother. So he shared stories about, or a particular story about how I stabbed him. So if he's telling someone that we had an altercation that resulted in stabbing him, that didn't just come out of thin air, right?
Right.
So he actually didn't tell the backstory, which was that he had my 2-year-old son locked in the apartment after we had a knockdown, drag-out fight. And I was stabbing the door to try to get the door open to get to my son. And he was on the other side of it, holding it.
So he pretty much kidnapped your son and held him hostage.
He locked my son and he put me out of the house. I went downstairs to the first floor apartment. I got the knife and I came back and I started like stabbing the door to get the door open, to get through the door. And he was on the other side of the door. So it's not like it was a situation where I just got a knife and lunged at him.
So have you heard of anything like as far as him being violent towards his kid's mom?
Absolutely. He has one child. His mother was pregnant and Donnell jumped on her. And my mother came outside while they were fighting. She was 8 months pregnant. And my mother got a shovel and she was trying to hit the girl while she was pregnant. So they both essentially jumped on a pregnant girl. And my mother got a shovel and oh my God, the feedback is awful.
Yeah,
Whatever you just did, just oh.
Yeah, because they were saying they couldn't hear you at first, and
what's up with the connections? And come on, Dana, we relying on you.
I got you now. You straight now. You know what?
Straight on your side. It's crystal clear over there in that love and you sitting there. No, you just did something. Straight on your side. Oh my God.
Hold on.
Hold on.
No,
you just did something. Straight on your side. Oh, you hear it.
Hold on.
No, you just did something. Straight on your side. Oh, you hear it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's better.
That's better.
A little bit. The feedback is still.
Oh, you have earphones?
I do.
Are you gonna put? Let's try your earphones in.
Can I see your AirPods? Are they connected to this device? Because the new ones are.
Do you have another app open on your phone?
I'm not on my phone. I'm on the computer. And I don't.
Okay.
I X'd out of everything.
Okay.
The AirPods is connected to this laptop. Mm-hmm.
Two, three.
Hold on, my door is.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like the whole thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna X out and come back in, okay?
All right.
All right.
Hold on. Let me make sure that ain't me. Okay, yeah. Make sure it ain't me. Good. Not unless I can. Yusef, you can have yourself a seat on the corner, brother. As we wait for her to come back in, I guess it's connection problem on her side. I don't know. But we're going to get this in. The devil ain't going to get no win today. Two. Yusef, you can have yourself. Okay. No, it ain't me. It ain't me. Mm-hmm. I appreciate y'all, mods. Y'all mods. Appreciate y'all. And the one thing I'm going to say, if you get blocked this time, I'm not unblocking you. That means you're blocked for life on this channel. I will put a lifetime ban on you. Waiting for Miss Shawn to come back. These questions are getting juicy. We getting out answers that we need. And the Don Russell crew is mad. That's why they come in here trying to attack. I think I know what it is. I'm going to try something when she come back in. It's not you. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, she did, Indigo. Her mom was hitting the baby mama while she was pregnant in the head with a shovel as her and Don Russell jumped on Don Russell's son's mom. This is weird. I cannot see nothing like that. Let's wait for her to come back. Here she go. We'll go to the right this time. Huh?
Okay.
And you going in and out. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Great. Keep talking. Talk again. Say something. It's going in and out. Take the iPods off. Say something now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Still feedback. No, they are.
Check your programs and to make sure you don't have another YouTube open.
I just nothing open.
Okay. Hold on. Try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah. Perfect.
That's better?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
Told you I could make it happen.
I know. Now remember what you did. Feedback back.
Huh? Feedback. Hold on. What about now?
Oh, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Still feedback. Can they hear the feedback?
They say it sounds better.
It sounds better.
Yeah, they say it sound better.
If it's better for them, I just rock with it and ignore it.
All right. They say yes, better. They say great, much better. It's a little echo, but it's better. Go ahead. Okay. I know what the problem is. Hold on. I'm getting that echo out of there because I want y'all to hear it. What about now?
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
It's perfect on your end. Sound like I'm talking to myself.
No, keep talking. I see what the problem is.
You see what the problem is?
Yep.
Okay, what is it?
Hold on. Say something now.
Can you hear me?
What about now?
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Nope.
What?
I still hear the feedback.
Is it a lot?
They can hear. I mean, I hear myself. It's like I'm talking to myself.
Hold on. Talk now.
Can you hear me?
What about now, y'all?
To me, you need to go sit down. My daughter said, "Mommy, you need to try another sentence." Oh my goodness.
Hello? Okay. Okay. I love my dream team family because they're like, bro, it's a little bit of echo, but we can hear perfect. Just go ahead. I'm getting cussed out here because I'm a perfectionist. So, and they said you're such a sweet person, and they was like, oh, she's such a doll baby.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Through the grace of God.
That's all that we can do through the grace of God. All right, let's get into it now. All right. So you were saying that his baby mom was fighting him while she was pregnant in June, which is your mom hit her in the head with a shovel?
No, she hit her with the shovel, not in the head, but she hit her with the shovel.
Ooh.
So the girl ended up facing the same problems that I faced because Donnell and June are aligned, they're locked together. So when the police were called, the girl actually ended up getting arrested because mom is co-signing son, right? So whenever the mom rides with the top one versus the other, typically that's who the police are gonna ride with. And so he uses her to disarm people because there's no way in hell that the pregnant girl should have went to jail because after or in the midst of the altercation, she bust his car window out. But they were fighting her while she was pregnant, both of them.
So she went to jail, but they both jumped her.
They both jumped her. She was living with him at my mom's house. They broke up. She went back to get some of her belongings. They got into an altercation. My mom came downstairs, got the shovel, and hit her with the damn shovel while she was pregnant, about 8 months pregnant. My neighbor videotaped it, sent it to me to show me so that I could come over there and do what I don't know because I didn't go. But that's how I found out about it. And that's how I find out about a lot of stuff because people call me and tell me.
So was this the baby mama that was a minor?
No. Well, I mean, she was young, but I don't really have like a close relationship with her. So I don't know exactly how old she was. She may have been 20, so,
Yeah, because some folks were saying that she was 16.
No, that's Chris. So that's a different baby mom. That's 16. She was 16. She was in high school when they met. And when she had the baby, she was 17.
So is it safe to say that he's a pedophile and hypersexual?
Absolutely.
I got a question. Have he ever been raped as a kid that you know of?
Not that I know of.
So basically, this behavior is not learned behavior. This behavior, he has acquired a taste for little kids throughout his lifetime.
Absolutely, because I have never heard of anything happening to him or him being touched or anything like that.
Wow. So he talks about a baby girl that died. Is there any truth to this?
No, not that I know of.
Do he have a daughter?
Yes.
How old is his daughter?
Ashley is about 25. My son's 28 and she's about 3 years younger.
Do she talk to him?
Not at all. She doesn't talk to him at all.
Why? Is there any reason? Is there any reason that I shouldn't ask or?
No, because he tried to touch her and her mom ended up taking him to court. And in the process of him and her going to court, she would have seizures and pass out. And she actually ended up in the hospital. She couldn't go through with the procedure. It was too much for her. So she ended up in Christ Hospital, being rushed to the hospital. They took her to Christ Hospital and had her head all bandaged up because she couldn't deal with it. It was too much for her. And I went to visit her in the hospital.
Ooh. So I know you just said that, but this next part of the question is, have you heard of Don or do you know of Don ever physically, sexually, emotionally abusing his children or their moms? And you just answered that.
Yes.
So question, where did he learn computer scams from? Who taught him to scam? And do you or do you not have examples of that?
I don't know where he learned it from, honestly. I mean, he's always been very smart and tech savvy, just kind of excelled. He just chose to use it for negative. So, the word said, seek and you shall find. That's what he was looking for. He was looking to master being a con or a crook. So he just probably just stumbled across people and information along the way and educated himself on how to do it. But having like a mentor or someone that cuffed him and showed him the ropes.
So, do you ever know, other than the baby mama, of Don having sex with any other underage girls or liking any underage girls?
No. I mean, because we don't talk. And so, had it not been for Facebook, I wouldn't have known about these other two girls. But my mother would talk about them and dog them out so much to different family members that it got back to me, and I went on Facebook and I found them and I just developed a relationship with them because I could look at the kids and see that they were my brothers. They look just like my kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this baby looks just like my daughter. So, like,
of course, you can't deny that. You know, the genes are strong. So,
Exactly. Let me show you a picture right quick.
okay. Jesus.
Dana.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, oh, they are his
I mean,
kids.
if you look at him, you can see he looks like Danielle, you know,
Yeah,
better.
that's your daughter and his son.
Because we're, you know, in his life, he comes and spends the weekend with us. We hang out. That was his birthday party.
Okay. Do he have any kids with him? I mean, any pictures with him?
No, none at all.
That's sad. That's sad.
I mean, because I embrace them, you know what I'm saying? Because I know he's not right, and I know my mother is not right. If he tells her not to deal with them or that they're not his children, she's gonna ride with it, even though they look like him. Like in all honesty, I'm not trying to, you know, bring some children into the house and spend my money and time on them if they not. But I feel like they should know the other side of the family. Somebody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they can't help who their father is. They can't help who their grandmother is.
Facts.
But somebody has to embrace these children and show them some type of love. So whatever I can, I just try to make myself available. Even though we don't have that type of relationship, they're still my nieces and nephews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know that's their dad, but again, they didn't ask for this.
And see, and in part 2, you're going to hear audio of him trying to coach somebody on how to be a father. So I know that might have a lot of trigger points for you, like, how this nigga gonna do this? And right, see?
No, it's cool. Go for it.
No, I mean, but that's gonna be in part 2, not tonight, because we still got a lot of questions. So next question. By you knowing your brother, by you knowing his actions, he went to go meet with the feds for 5 days straight about R. Kelly. And when he came back, he just started going around Robert's personal friends asking questions that he would never ask before. So with that type of action and that type of description, do you believe that he was wearing a wire for the federal government and to try to get dirt?
Absolutely. He has the eye disease. It's all about him. So whatever he can do to save face, save his ass, get a reduced sentence, he's going to do it.
And see, and we all know about that because, like they say that he lied on you to some people, and to say that that was your ex-boyfriend when that dude ain't have no connections to you.
None. I don't even know about it. I mean, other than hearing it on different platforms, I didn't even know what anybody was talking about.
Right. And see, and I'm coming to find out it's 2 different incidents. And the incident that I'm talking about is the one that I told you earlier, but it happened in 2010 when he got arrested for a dime bag of weed. And I guess they caught him and thought that he was going to be doing more time. And he told on the guy of doing a murder. And for a dime bag of weed, but they're going to let you right back out. But he volunteered information for a murder. And now that person is doing life in jail. And then he come right back around in 2018 and he using your name to smuggle drugs cross state line. That's crazy.
That is, but that's how he is.
That's crazy. Wow. So are you familiar with a guy, or have you heard of a guy that he works with by the name of Julius Darrington?
No.
Okay.
Where did that name come up?
Oh no, that's just one of the questions, and it came up about 2 years ago.
Okay.
How do you feel from a daughter standpoint to know that your mom, June Barrett, has frauded the state of Illinois with being a notary, and it's in her, and it's now in federal custody now as a threat to a federal witness to R. Kelly?
I feel like really disgusted, disappointed, frustrated, because at the end of the day, she's still my mother,
Right.
and
Your volume went out. Your volume went out, Sean.
someone to use you, someone to break you, someone to cause you to sabotage your life. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a clear demonstration that they don't give a damn about you.
Right.
Regardless of who it is. And so it's just like really sad, and unfortunate because it's just messed up. Like that's just terrible to me.
And I hate to hear you have to answer those type of questions, and because nobody want to see their mom really about to get lynched by the federal government.
Exactly, because you think about it, like your mother is the person that can whoop your ass, and 5 minutes later you jump in her arms and give her a kiss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that our relationship has always been strained. I know that, we don't eye to eye on anything, but I'm a mother. So I've always tried to reference her and respect her in that manner. It's just impossible. Like, it's impossible to love somebody that is essentially broken, because you have to be broken in order to allow yourself to be put in certain types of situations. There is no way that someone who is fully embracing themselves and, have any type of care or concern would do any of this stuff. It's crazy.
Right. So let's take this last question and then let's have a short intermission so that we can get you something to drink or something, because this question gonna make you think. Miss Sean, when you hear the phrase Will Edie and DanaJay has put a hit out on me to shut me up, but I got higher ups watching my back, what is your take on that phrase from a legal standpoint and from a street standpoint?
Well, I'm going to start off with the streets because that's where I'm from, and I understand that lingo a tad bit better.
Let's run with it. This your world.
Yeah, that means simply that, number one, I'm scared to death, and I'm going to say whatever I need to do to try to put fear in you to prevent you from coming my way. You know what I'm saying? But he don't understand. But the fact that he made that statement shows that he don't even understand how the streets work. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And he don't understand loyalty, and he's not plugged. Like, he has no clue, because that means fucking nothing. I mean, like, it don't mean nothing. If you screwed over the right person, it's 1,000 people on their team that's rocking with them. So they don't have to say a word to them to deal with you, because they loyal. They all part of the same clique. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get down for their brother. Period. Right. Everybody hold different positions. So hey, maybe he might be the brains, but his buddy is the muscle. So you still got to pay the piper. So and then you got to understand this. A lot of these guys, a lot of people are feeding people out here. People are hungry. People are struggling. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to say a word for them to believe that you have caused harm to another person, and they're gonna take care of it, because that's their bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So he always is like messing over people, but he doesn't understand the laws, like, period. So for him to say that on the legal side, that's like an indirect, like, little message, like, look at this person and that person.
Yep. Yep, but that's not. Cause that's what when I heard him say that, I was like, "Yo, are you serious?"
Yeah. Look into this person and this person. Cause problems for them, create a situation for them, because this is what they trying to do. So even if this is a lie, I'm gonna say this lie because now I want y'all to have some static. I want y'all to have some drama.
Okay. Are you want to take a break or you want to keep rolling?
Let's rock with it.
Okay. Tell us about your relationship with your mother.
That's the one I'm gonna need interference behind.
You and June.
It's non-existent. I mean, it's terrible, and it's always been that way.
For how long?
At least I want to say since I was 16, when my grandmother passed. My grandmother raised me. My mother had me when she was a teenager, and my grandmother allowed her to get school, get her education, and she just cuffed me and took me under her wings like I was hers. And so when she passed away, it was just like trying to formulate a bond with somebody that I really didn't identify as mama. One, because I wasn't allowed to call her that. I had to call her by her name. She wouldn't let me call her that. I had to I was raised to call my grandmother mama.
But you were grown. But you were her child. Grandma is grandma, and mommy is mommy.
Right, so that's true. I believe that wholeheartedly, which is why my children call me,
So,
but I wasn't allowed to call her that, and I just believe because she had me so young, and my grandmother took me, and I slept in the bed with her, that we just never really formulated that type of bond. So it's just been strained, and a completely strained relationship. In spite of my many efforts, she doesn't want to have a relationship with me, and you can't mend or even fight with somebody who's not even willing to get in the ring. So how can I fight for a relationship when you're not even willing to step in the ring and fight with me for this relationship?
So how did that make you feel for her to go through hellfire and brimstone for Don, but send you down the slippery slope and say, "Oh, fend for yourself"?
Well, I have mixed feelings about it, but one of the stories that I shared was about the movie Ray. Did you see that? Ray Charles movie?
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning of the movie, when Ray was initially losing his sight, he was walking in the house.
I just let me get the thing back, Mama. I just let me get
I'm talking about way before that. So he was walking in the house, and he tripped and he fell. Remember that? And he called out for his mother, but his mother didn't come to the rescue. So in that moment, he began to crawl around and figure out where he was and collect his bearings. And he came across a bug on the floor, and he kind of toyed with it. And then he said, "Mom, you over there in the corner." Now, what God put in my spirit in that moment is that the average mother that had a child blind would run to their rescue. We would have ran over there, picked him up, cuddled him, right?
Of course.
And we wouldn't have allowed him to fall, right? But for whatever reason, God put something in her spirit so that she would just stand still. And that's what she did. She stood still, not knowing that because her son didn't feel like he was a cripple, that he would go on to put an end to segregated facilities and do all the wonderful things that he did. But it was because she allowed him to fall. So my mother let me fall. And as a result of that, I learned how to stand on my 2 feet. You understand?
Wow.
See, she didn't let Dominic fall, which is the reason why she's still coming to his aid, catching, rescuing, scamming, and doing all of this other stuff with him. She let me fall, so it's not a bad thing at all.
Wow. You said she put you out, or she gave you to a drug kingpin. Can you explain that?
So when my grandmother passed, I was 16. And I was going through a depression because this is the I identified with that protected me. We were all in the same house, so it wasn't a situation where I didn't know her, but we always just had to the top. My grandmother, my mother just did her thing, and that's who was there to take care of us. My mother could disappear for a week or, whatever.
Right.
And my grandmother was there. So she just, this is really deep. She just
take your time. Or if you want to skip it, we can skip it.
No.
But take your time.
Yeah, she just wasn't there. So when I got older, let me just fast forward. Maybe.
But I don't mean to laugh at Michelle, but somebody said that's why he took a ballerina as a young boy. Because
now,
he
get off the ballerinas now. He didn't take up ballet. He took up gymnastics. I was in ballet, okay? So get off.
I can just see him now with his big self telling so Rudy Ray Ball.
Yeah. So I'm gonna finish this.
He up there tap dancing, chucking chicken. Come on.
Tap dancing is part of our culture. That's how we made it through. Alright, Dana?
Alright, I was that.
Get off the tap dances because that's how we made it through as a people. That's part
Look.
of our culture.
Look.
Alright now.
I can just see him tap dancing, shucking chicken at the same time.
No, he ain't tap dancing. He's looking at him, right? He not tap dancing. If he was, he wouldn't be that size. Yeah, wow. But so when my grandmother passed, I wasn't doing well in school. And I went to an all-girls school, and they recommended that we went to family counseling. So they called my mother up there to tell her, she's not doing well. I think you guys need family counseling, and which we did. My mother, she didn't like that, so she packed up all my stuff, and she took me to this guy. And the guy, in turn, gave me to Kingpin, and I was drug trafficking, and that's basically how it went.
Wow.
And that's how I ended up in the life.
And June don't have no remorse for that?
No, she could care less.
So do you know what
That's not the only time she did that. She's giving me the more than one man.
Wait.
Yeah.
Come again?
That's not the only time that she did that.
So anything could have happened to you out there.
Well, yeah, I was beat, raped, and left for dead.
And she don't have no remorse for that.
Mm-hmm.
But she can co-sign. Never mind. We get to that. This your interview. We get to that. I'm just. And do you know what she do for a living now? And besides con people,
that's it. I mean, how can you do anything when you don't have a social security number? So she can't work a job. She can't, do anything outside of some type of freelance work, so to speak.
Wow.
Because she's sovereign now. And that's what people don't realize. It's like, even though I don't talk to her per se, we in the same family.
Let's say she fake sovereign. Let's say that.
She's fake sovereign?
Yeah, let's see that.
Okay, I can roll with that.
Did she show remorse for treating you, her only daughter, this way?
She doesn't think she does anything wrong. So if that was the case, she wouldn't still be cussing me out at this age and point in life. Like, she has no care, concern, or respect for me or anything that I do.
Wow. So, okay. Do you believe your mother, June Barrett Russell, and your brother, Darnell Anton Shadell Russell, had good intentions for R. Kelly, or did they come in with an agenda?
and agenda. That's how they rock.
Wow.
I mean, think about it. Like, has anybody come forward and said anything to his defense? Has he showed any images or pictures of him with a best friend? Has he shown any pictures of him with his children or even any of his family members? Like, he's never put anything out there, be it on Facebook or YouTube, to show that he has personal relationships. So he's all about himself.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Anytime you can't show pictures with friends and family, then that's an
And
issue.
I'm quite sure half of the people on YouTube have been through my Facebook page. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can see pictures of me, my daughter. I don't post a lot, but periodically I do.
And you best to believe he gonna send his crew, which is the Hamburglar crew, to come and look up your stuff and spread your stuff all through YouTube and try to dox you and everything. Then they gonna try to call you through social media, and they gonna try to
I've
spin
been
your
getting
narrative.
tons of private calls. Like, it's crazy.
One of them just came in here now, Baby Sweet Pea. He just came in here.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think they working as a team?
Absolutely. They do everything together.
So basically,
I hope not.
yeah, you know what? You never know.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about that too.
About him and her messing around?
Yeah, I have.
Well, he's so for sure that Robert is so in love over his mama that anybody that say anything wrong about June Barrett, Robert's gonna slap him and DDT him and stuff like that. So I'm asking you this. Do you think Robert and June are really close?
I think that she was probably able to come in and disarm him because she is his mother. But I think that as time went on, the truth came out that she was basically just there to collect information for Donnell.
Or do you think that she was there to not just disarm Robert, but to disarm him permanently so also Darnell can come and take everything from Robert on the back end and then she can back up and play victim on the front end?
Now, they don't work like that. She's gonna ride for him and cuss any and everybody out that gets in his path or in the way. Like, if he's trying to do anything and come against him, she's not gonna take a back seat and just let you do whatever. She's gonna defend him.
Okay, let me say it like this.
They're a team.
Right.
They
Right.
work together. They do everything together. If he can't accomplish his mission, then he's gonna stick her on you, and she's gonna get the information and smooth you over, and and the whole time scheming for him.
Okay. Wow. So do you think that, well, that's pretty much yes, but do you think that June knows about Don's crimes and the stuff that he do?
Absolutely, she helps him do the stuff. I mean, there's no way that her name will be in any of these indictments if she didn't have full knowledge of what he's doing.
Yeah, because her bank account is surely in the first indictment. His bank account, her bank account, as well as some other stuff, as well as Indie Bill.
And her name is all over that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because, see, he say he's the CEO and owner, but the only worker he have is June Barrett.
Thank you.
And
they work together.
Right. And I was just talking to a sheriff today about faking the notary stuff. If you chameleon and yourself and to be something that you're not and within the government. And pretty much they was like, yo, that's 10 years straight fair time. it depends on how deep the judge want to go with it. So I'm just looking at it like her name is all over that letter as the notary. And when they go and look at Chicago and say, do you have a notary by this name? And they say no, and they give her the same details that one of Don Russell's followers got to help mess Don Russell up, and now she's believing that Don Russell is for Rob. I don't know. And we could
you do.
And we could be looking for no, or we could be looking at a 2-for-1 deal. Or maybe Don might say he made her do it and take all of it. You never know.
Yeah, but they can read the text messages that I read in the newspaper and see better than that.
Especially when she said, Robert is not going to be pleased with this, Don. That lets me know that he didn't have a relationship with Robert. She did. And his job was to take, while her job was to get. So actuality, I believe, this is my personal belief, there's no facts in it, it's my personal belief, is that Robert was at a vulnerable state and he really wanted that mother figure in his life. And when June Barrett came along, I don't know how they even met up, but June played that role as a mama figure for Robert. But now I'm looking at it like Robert might be sitting there like, she knew all along.
Mm-hmm.
And see, and that's the most dangerous time you can get with a person. When a person got time to think, and put everything together, they gonna play dumb until they get to the point where they gotta get to, and then unleash hell on you. So I don't know, but
it's terrible.
Can you give us examples of Don being a mastermind Can you give us examples of Don being a mastermind of criminal behavior?
I mean, see, this is what you got to understand. I cannot give you particular details because I don't fuck with him.
Okay.
I can only tell you like hearsay or, based on somebody coming to talk to me or finding me, and I'm hearing about it second natures.
Right.
Because I know that that's how he is.
Okay. So when did you first start hearing about Don doing illegal or having illegal behavior from your knowledge?
Since we were kids. I mean, this is his ideology. This is how he operates. Like, it's just been festering and building up and evolving into the Donnell that you see today. But he's always been a hellraiser, so to speak. He's always been a deviant child. He's always been one that's cutting up the curtains and, throwing the cat down the stairs and just all types of reckless behavior. He's always been the one, he would take your clothes if he saw something that you liked and take it and go swap to somebody else who would want it back, and just crazy stuff. Like, he's always been like that.
So you have seen a progression of con artist behavior in your brother throughout the years. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Why do you think he haven't been stopped or caught as of right now?
Because he hasn't had an opportunity to scam a big fish in social media.
So
it wasn't what it is now.
So
opportunities for him to con people or even develop these types of relationships are far and few. So in order for him to get close to somebody, he has to find somebody that's vulnerable.
So
right.
So with this R. Kelly situation, it's safe to say that now he's going to be stopped. And do you think R. Kelly was Don Russell's biggest heist?
Absolutely.
Explain that for the people, because I can agree with you.
He's probably the most successful individual that he knows. I mean, and he has opportunity. Like now, from the different information that I'm hearing about his personal belongings that he has opportunity to create another, and allow this situation to go on for years, like opening up accounts and defrauding people and having money sent and setting up. He has several different angles that he can work to get money based on this man's name. This man's name is associated with, it's powerful. It opens doors.
Right.
So it's all part of the persona. So he might have had someone that was a millionaire, but nobody knew him. So now he has someone that's a millionaire and he has a name. It's just like Tina Turner said, you can have everything, but I want my name. Your name is everything. His name is more powerful probably than his personal assets, the things that he's accumulated over the years. It's just that somebody like Donnell knows how to use that name. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you don't recognize the true prize, then you don't move in a manner that you like. To me, he just should have been like more discerning about who he had around him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if he was more discerning about that, then Donnell wouldn't have had the opportunity. But because he was probably extremely occupied with a whole lot of other stuff that's going on, his guards was down. He was open. He was vulnerable, and that was his ink.
Well, I do know, like for a good time, Rob wouldn't want him around. Rob didn't want him around. Every time Don tried to say something to him in the gym, he cussed Don out. So I do know that. Also, Don has been going on Hangouts and WhatsApp, posing to be R. Kelly, asking vulnerable women to send him money, and they've been sending thousands. I mean, these women to be so vulnerable to just have a taste of a conversation with R. Kelly, and they say, "Oh, if this is really you, Robert, can you show us an ID?" And Don will put Robert's ID and passport out there, and I'm sitting back like, "Yo." But then when people question him, he'll say he didn't do it. But in part 2, Miss Shawn, you're going to hear him say, I have all of his stuff. And he names it. I mean, stuff that I know Robert wouldn't even let Mama Joanne see. He got. So it puzzles me because I do know a suitcase and a computer with 500 songs was stolen out the studio. It appeared out in LA. Mysteriously, Julius had this computer. I do know that Don knows Julius and Julius knows Don, so I put that connection together. But what I won't do is blame Julius because I don't know for sure, but it don't take a rocket scientist to know if Don is in Chicago, how in the hell it get to LA with Julius right there in LA. Okay, let's move on. So Don jumped in front of the cameras, claiming he's the advisor to R. Kelly, allegedly threatened witnesses, allegedly called in bomb threat. No, that's not allegedly, that's facts. He took R. Kelly intellectual property, called this all, could this all be a coincidence or misunderstanding given what you know of your brother and mother?
No. That's his MO. He's always threatening people. He's always taking stuff that didn't belong to him. I mean, that's just how he operates. He just has never been in a position where he was face to face with somebody that he has conned. Because if he had, then they probably would have, we wouldn't be sitting here today. But that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's just a larger scale.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know how June Barrett met Robert or got close to Robert?
No.
Have you heard any stories about it?
Nope. I mean, I've heard little that Don would take her over to the studio and she would talk to him, but nothing substantial.
Okay. This is for any smart person. Do you think Robert actually gave Don Russell access to his vault, aka music portals, to RCA and Sony Records?
Do pigs fly? No. That would be a no. Like, why would he do that? Like, no. Like, of all the people in the world that he knows, Don is the person that he just decided to give everything to.
On part 2 on Monday, and Miss Sean, you want to hear all these lies. It's so believable to the point where I had to look at that again and be like, did he just say that?
Is it believable or unbelievable?
Both. Both together. Unbelievable and believable walking hand by hand skipping. Because I can't believe a person would say that, but it's so convincing that it's a little believable. And because he talked fast and he talked with such demeanor to the point where you have no other choice but to believe it unless you're really paying attention. Because
unless you truly understand the ideology,
mm-hmm.
which is the reason why I came out with the book, Breaking from Bondage, again, because if you don't understand the pattern that has persisted forever, then you're not going to be able to understand why he is who he is now. This book, I wrote it in 2010, long before any of this even transpired. You know, but it shows the pattern.
Right.
It shows a pattern. You know, and that's why I just decided to put up the release it again. You know what I mean? And you can go to my channel, L. Sean Russell, and purchase it if you really, really want to get a good look.
Oh, I'm gonna get one tonight. I'm gonna get one tonight.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it too. Look, our next interview gonna be on Monday when we do the visual screen, the live screen, and all that, and we're gonna play a game with it on Monday. On Tuesday, I'm gonna start that book reading. Because I wanna know what will possess a person to want to be around somebody for 2 years, make total chaos out that person's life, and make it seem like it's everybody else except for them.
Well, what about the people that he was around for 6 years that made total chaos with, and it was trying to make them believe that it was them?
I can just imagine. You know what? No, I can't. I was about to say I can imagine how you feel. No, I can't, because I've been put hands on him.
I mean, I wish I was a man from time to time so I could. I pack him straight up.
But look, Don came around R. Kelly July 2018. Why didn't he get music released in Europe while Rob was out? That's a great question.
He didn't have access to it.
Exactly.
He didn't have access to it. I mean, everything that he has acquired happened after Rob has been locked up.
Right.
You know, he was just positioning himself for the perfect opportunity. And so because nobody didn't realize he was a threat, they didn't have their guard up. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if you got somebody coming around you to your house and you know you got a chick that's always checking your phone, right?
Right.
Well, when she come over, it's going to be face down. But if you can trust her, you might leave it face up because you know she's not going through it.
Facts.
Because see, it's those simple little moments that you're not paying attention, but you got a text coming through or, you know, some mail laying out that got your bank statement in it or that he's paying attention to because he knows his agenda.
So that explains of why he didn't inventory everything while Rob was out then.
Was he supposed to?
No. He would have got his head knocked off.
So he wasn't trying to inventory it. He was just trying to scope it out.
Right. Do you know Robert personally, Miss Shawn?
Yeah, we've met. And we've had conversations, several. When I was younger, we would talk frequently on the phone all the time.
I'm glad you said that. Let me get this last question out, then I got another one after that, and then we done. Do you know why Rob didn't let him control the intellectual property while he was out?
He didn't trust him. Why would he? He has no credentials to back up anything like that. Like, why would he?
And he recorded everything Don did.
What do you mean?
And whenever Don came around, Rob would record him.
That's great.
So
clearly he didn't trust them.
Yep.
So then why is it that they would even think that he would ask someone that he didn't trust to do anything from the streets to the corporate office if he recorded them? Clearly he didn't trust them.
Right. So Rob has had restricted phone usage during COVID. So there's no way possible he could have given permission to Don and to take his things, right? Or talk to Don. Because he didn't like it. He don't like Don.
He don't trust him.
Right, so let me ask you this, and for all the haters, but that's going to say, oh, Dana didn't ask that one question, so I'm going to ask that one question. You said you talked to Rob several times, and you knew him as a kid, and y'all are pretty much around the same age range.
He's a few years older than me.
Right. Have you seen or have you witnessed with your own eyes him doing anything pedophilial or crazy or anything like that?
Never. I didn't. I did summer bunnies. I was around him for a few video shoots. We would talk. Even prior to that, we would talk. He never ever came off, in a disrespectful manner. He was. I don't understand how. I mean, and I understand that people evolve and they change, but he never came off that way to me. He let me know early on when we were younger that he liked me, but it didn't go anywhere. It wasn't like a forceful, aggressive, I like you, you need to be my woman, or I need. No, it was nothing like that. He was nothing but mannerable and respectful, like, period.
Right. So when you hear people say he's a pedophile, he did this, he did that, he grabbed the back of my neck and forced me to do this.
He don't have to.
That part, and it sits different because if you can sit here and lie to me in my face, you can lie about any goddamn thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, he don't have to. See, he's my personal opinion is the females that he has surrounded himself with or dated for the most part, because I don't know all, so I can't speak to him, but all the garbage, they looked at him as a come up. And I've said this before. See, when you look at somebody as a come up versus a blessing, you move differently. So if things don't go your way, then now you on this revenge kick. Now you trying to expose. Now you trying to take down because this was your kill ticket. This was your come up. But if you dating somebody or you intimate with them, establish a relationship, and you genuinely feel that this person is a blessing, then you move differently. You try to be a blessing to them in return.
So let me ask you this: have you heard of anything about your brother having a tape of him doing some crazy things on a tape?
No.
Okay. Well, Miss Shawn, I done had you for 2 hours.
Are you serious?
See how I go over here? It's so relaxed. You at home. We laugh. We joke. We kicking it. And I'm telling you, on Monday, the visual is going to be crazy. Because I'm going to have it on the screen.
Though. Tell me about this tape that you're talking about.
Nah, I mean, it was just said that Don Russell had a porno tape out with a little kid.
Oh, well, no, I don't know about that.
I don't know. It was just said that, so I figured that I'm not in the shy. Maybe y'all know when the shy was going on.
Yeah, no.
But Miss Shawn, I thank you for being here for part 1. Part 2 on Monday. And we're going to look at the visual. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see your reactions on this visual.
I can't wait to see the visual.
And the stuff you're going to hear him say. And he just... But I'm telling you, you got to believe me. You're going to be like, what the hell? When I tell you, you ain't going to believe this is your brother.
Well, you know, whenever somebody puts a disclaimer out before they make a statement, that's a tale that they're lying. You got to believe me. Why do I have to believe you? Maybe I should listen to this because this is obviously a lie.
Right.
No disrespect. Well, if you're saying no disrespect, then you know whatever you're about to say is disrespectful.
Right.
See, a disclaimer always lets you know that they know exactly what they're doing. They trying to blindside you.
Facts. Don't forget, y'all that's over here, go get the book. Trust me, we got to support our own. Go get the book. And also sign up to her website. And the website is crazy. Oh, wait a minute.
Thanks for speaking on it, too.
Israel, I'm not going to ask that, man. You're going to start a world war over here. I'm
going to go and look at that.
Yeah, you're going to start a world war over here, boy. Do you know or do you watch Texas Black Old Can over there?
I watched, I guess that initial interview that she did with Donnell.
Oh, that's when you turned up and came back on and went off.
Man, that was it. You know what? I think I watched a couple of them. You know, but not in its entirety periodically, because I was like, she don't know what the hell she's talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like when somebody doesn't know, well, either they don't know or they're a sellout.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I'm like, what's really going on?
I'm just saying, like, I never seen nobody ride that hard. I mean, like, and you would have think that that's her man. Because it's like she's helping create narratives. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is that June Barrett in her body or something? Because she creating narrative. And you're going to see all that Monday. And you're going to be like, what the heck? And you clearly see this man and Donnell Russell text Angelo. But he wants you to believe that a man who don't talk to him anymore, a man who didn't know that he was in LA, but this man went to his bail bondsman, got the address to where his baby mama stayed, but followed him at the first stop. Then went to the second stop, followed him. Then went to the baby mama house, bust out the window, took 2 R. Kelly hard drives and his discovery sheet, took 1 computer, bypassed all of the codes that he set in the computer, emailed himself, answered himself, emailed himself back, answered himself back twice, locked the computer, put it back in the car, and then walked away. And the camera that was down the street caught him and said, that's who that was. And I'm saying to myself,
and she's riding with this?
She's riding with it like, oh, Angelo did it. Look, he even texted Don first. But then when you look at the whole text, you see Don text him first talking about, bring me back my stuff. But Angelo looking at him like, yo, what are you talking about? And me and Angelo not friends. It's just the fact that I believe in right and wrong is wrong. Don't lie on nobody. And when I heard that, I said, oh, So one or two things. He's either sold them hard drives to the federal government for $1.3 million, or he promised somebody in LA up at a high power that he'd deliver some hard drives, and he did it, and he's trying to get an insurance claim. He's trying to get extra money from the insurance claim and to try to get a lawyer, but that's already going to add on to the fact of what these other people or bloggers that claim they for R. Kelly, but they actually doing stuff and raising money for Don Russell. Or the third one, he just going to pocket that and make everybody believe that he's just living off of Roscoe's salary while he banks stuff, hoping that he can get that charge thrown out by saying that an accuser or a victim in the R. Kelly case father is stalking him, so that way the courts need to feel sorry because he's the victim instead of her being the victim. I see right through that gameplay.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the bottom line with her is she's committed to him. You know, and I said that before. Anybody that is Team Don, they committed to him. It doesn't matter at this point,
Right.
regardless to whether he's right or wrong, because alike energy and alike spirits are attracted.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So just like Donald Trump, he could be wrong as day all day long in front of our face. You know what I mean? But they committed to him. Facts. They committed to him. So whatever he does, hey, let me look at it.
Miss Sean, we was cool up until that point.
Hey, I'm just saying. They committed to him.
Just like a lot of people committed to Biden.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but
yeah.
Only thing I say is, instead of being committed to a president, let's be committed to God.
Absolutely.
That's all I say. And I ain't gonna lie, I love Trump.
Get out of here.
I love Trump. And it's not because of his cockiness or nothing. It's because of what he stands for, and he delivered everything he said he was going to do. There have been no president that did that other than JFK.
I can't argue with you because I ain't pay attention to
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And then after he left, he said it. Biden is going to mess up everything. Look what happened. There haven't been a war in 4 years. Now look. And the U.S. is trapped over there in the Gulf. And today at 4 p.m., Russia turned on the U.S. And they out there by themselves now. It's a set-up ambush.
Yeah, that I didn't know.
And it's sad because if you can take Donald Trump, how can I put this? If you can take his dumbness, because he did some dumb stuff. He said some dumb stuff. But what he did good outweighed the dumb stuff, because everybody thought that he was picking on Black Lives Matter. I was one of the first ones to say, don't support Black Lives Matter because it's not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I'm going to be honest with you. They just locked up George Soros' money over in Burma. So that's one offshore account of $48 billion that he can't even touch no more.
Get out. Well, you know, one of the things about Donald Trump, Donnell, they don't know how to properly represent themselves. Their communication skills
I can agree.
are whack.
I can agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally can agree. Well, if that's the case, you can put Biden in there too.
I don't really listen to him like that. I mean, he old, you know.
Because he don't have nothing to listen to. I just look at it like this whole thing is a scam. This whole presidency, this term is a scam. And I'm looking at it like they actually think people going to get away with this. And it reminds me of Donnell Russell. Like, bro, You think you're gonna get away with this? And then when Miss Sharon asks to bring the stuff back, instead of him saying, I don't have the stuff, or I don't know what you're talking about, this Negro said, why?
Are you serious?
He said, why? And you're gonna see all that in the visual. And then further along, he threatened R. Kelly.
What?
He said, word for word. And I studied this because I'm gonna take that whole thing and make it a monologue when I go on my next acting interview. I'm gonna make that a monologue, but that's how funny it is. He said, have R. Kelly do a report. And because of the person's name, a detective is going to go to the MCC and question him. If he say that I stole from him, then things are going to get real. How you going to threaten a man that won his intellectual property that you stole and he never gave you any type of agreement to steal? Then, not just that, Donnell went public and said, Rob gave me a bill of sale. A bill of sale of what? Because his music, he would die for. He already had 2 albums stolen from him. It was one that was leaked and one that was stolen and given to another artist from Chicago. I ain't gonna say the name, but you already know. If you're from Chicago, you already know what it is. That's all you gotta do is listen to the album. You're gonna be like, oh, that's R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people that don't know, it's Avant. That whole album was R. Kelly's album. That's why everybody was like, oh no, he sounds just like R. Kelly. No, R. Kelly album.
Yeah.
If you put 2 and 2 together, you will see the connection. And I keep saying it. But
yeah. Did you see this?
What?
This is what I sent to June.
Listen, you and Donnell have created the worst shitstorm ever. You need to return everything that belongs to Robert and Bruce now. And June, when I say now, I mean now, before that shit gets ugly. Oh, you know what? It's going to get real ugly. I'm telling you, Bruce going... That's what I wanted to ask. What is the relationship between Donnell, Bruce, and June now?
I don't know what it is now. I mean, I didn't know they had one before.
And because I'm just like...
I'm just thinking that the only reason that they let him stay there is to groom him and try to persuade him to give them information, pertinent information about Rob. Example, I had a business that I started a few years ago called Me and Mine's Pet Bags.
Okay.
And Jonathan and Holly Reinsdorf were some of my investors, along with Craig and Marge Chapello.
Okay.
And I was like the first person to invent pet bags that you put animals in. And so I was really, really excited about it. And I was coming home and I was talking to my mom about it, telling her about the meetings and how things went. Not thinking that she would be going back telling Donnell all this information, right?
Okay.
I'll show you this picture.
Okay.
Those are my bags.
Oh, wow. So those are like animal bags?
Pet bags. Me and Mine's, I named it after my children.
Okay.
Tamia and Armand.
Okay. Hot.
Oprah Winfrey got the bags like it was doing really, really good. Here's what happened. June was telling Donnell all of my information, who I would need, my investors, my manufacturing companies in China, everything.
Mm-hmm.
He convinced her some kind of way that he wanted to hack into my computer so that he could make contact with my investors and bribe them.
Wait, he a hacker too?
Listen, so he literally he came into my apartment, stole my computer, changed the password. So here's where Bruce comes in. So you know when you set up an email account, they ask what was your first car? What was your first dog? What was your first? Bruce knows this kind of stuff about Rob.
Man, everybody go get LifeLock. That explains it. That explains it because a couple of females that's over here with us, somebody been trying to get into their stuff. And it wasn't until we start exposing Don Russell for who he was, and then his team started coming back at us. But then in the meanwhile, we're getting crazy calls. We're getting calls from all these different area codes, and then people are trying to hack into their Facebook pages and everything. So, damn, Don Russell's a scammer too.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because
that's why he would have him come over there, because it's certain pertinent information like security questions that only somebody close to you, like your mother, brother, would be able to answer. You see what I'm saying? That's why he had to, I believe, because that's what they did to me. And so I had my assistant go into my email, and because he had stole my computer, so I called her, I gave her my password, it changed it, and I changed it back. She went in and saw where he had sent emails to the Ryan Dorfs and to Donald Anderson, who works for Oprah, and all of these people to scam money out of them.
So he sabotaged. Wow.
They sabotaged this business. The day they did that was the day that I shut down. Yes, after all the time and money I spent in the book. Wow. And I was devastated, like heartbroken. But they did it together.
And it's crazy because one of his followers, we call her the Walrus, or James Earl Jones over here, because that's what she looked like. And she had this thing called she was doing a fundraiser, a signature fundraiser, but she had it manuscripted like, oh, this is for Rob and this and this. So I put a fake email there, I put a fake name, and I just wanted to see where it went, but it wouldn't let me put it through unless I donated some money. And it said all the money goes to the Walrus or whatever. But then as I watched it go along, I seen Don Russell pop up and say, thank you, Walrus. We got all that we needed. And then from there, it's like people been like, yo, my stuff been hacked into, my stuff been there. And I'm sitting back like, yo. And now that you said that, it's taking me back like, oh. So they working together.
That's exactly why, because see, you can ask simple questions like, man, where did Rob get his first car? Well, he was probably riding in a hoop. What kind of car did he drive? Boom, that's one question. Was y'all born and raised here in Chicago? Yeah, we was born. No, we was born such and such. That's another question. Simple questions that don't seem alarming, but those are the pertinent questions that you need to break into somebody's stuff.
Wow. Man, I just hope Rob break away from June and tell June to go jump, kick rocks, and skedaddle.
Because she was the one who gave Donnell all my information. He didn't know half of this shit because we wasn't around each other like that. So in order for him to break in, she had to give him the information.
So instead of just locking him up, lock her up too.
Karma is wonderful. It does not discriminate against person, place, or thing. The Bible says, "Vengeance is mine," said the Lord.
So I got a question. And because when I seen that house, I seen all the red stuff and all that. So my question is, why would June and Don have Bruce living in that house that ain't had no back steps?
If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for anybody else, and they not to do anything. What's wrong? I ain't got no couch. What? Man, this is what you need.
Man, that thing looked like a runaway abando.
I stay in here. What you sipping on? It's a whole facility. It's holes all in the ceiling. It's raining in there and everything. They didn't even have running water.
What?
They were getting water from the neighbor. from a water hose. Yep.
Hold up. Wait a minute. The water bill in Chicago ain't that much.
She don't pay no bills. She's sovereign. Didn't I tell you that?
She fake sovereign.
Fake, whatever. I'm just telling you. She ain't paying no bills like that.
So this is my ultimate in belief. I'm gonna say it again Monday when we come back and for part 2. I believe that the good Lord pulled Robert in to show him who his real friends are. But on top of that, I believe that the good Lord is saying, you know what, y'all done played with my anointing too many times. And everybody that's done something to him are being snagged up and brought to the forefront. And I believe they the ones that's going to get the time while Robert walked. That's my belief.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say there's no truth, but that's my belief. And the reason why I say that is because it's too much inconsistencies everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a hole. I mean, but it's like a bag, but I got a bunch of catfish in it, and it's nothing but holes. And every time you walk, you see water just coming out. That's my honest belief. And it's sad because for 2 years, people looked at surviving and looked at it and say, oh, he's a monster. But that's a constitutional violation because they misled the public. And it's like, I forgot what amendment that was, but you can't do that. And you can't do that at all. And that's an amendment right, but that you cannot mislead the public. But it's like they used captivating music and they played on the public pain to point it at one man. And that made that man a monster when he's really not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Donnell, but they got Rob on RICO charges and they said, well, we got you, Donnell. It's time for you to perform. You got to fulfill this RICO. And that's why I believe he's trying to attach himself so much because that's all he needs is an attachment. Robert don't need to know nothing. That's all he needs is attachment. That way, if the attachment is fulfilled, Robert can get 9,000 years. Don Russell will get 5 years. Everybody else will get 5 years and walk. But Robert will still be there because they got the big fish.
Right, which is exactly why I made the decision to speak, because if you don't know his MO, then how can you separate the two? This is who he's been his whole life. You cannot tell the devil what to do. He moves alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they got this wrong, what else have they gotten wrong? And that's my position on the outside looking in, because I know that I know how he operates. I know that Rob didn't tell him to do nothing, period.
Right.
Why would he? Why would he? Why would he tell somebody that he's known or he's been reacquainted with for a couple of months when he got lifetime buddies around him? You know what I'm saying? That they get down for him or do whatever, period. Like, why would he tell you this?
Right.
How is it that you made such an impression and supersede people that have been here for 20 plus years? That makes no sense.
Facts. So if the federal government, if the defense team came and said, Ms. Sean Russell, we need to use you as a defense witness, a character witness for Robert, and Don Russell standing in the middle of the floor, would you be able to get on that stand and look that coon in his face and say, Rob didn't tell you to do anything?
Yeah. Fear not, for I am the I am.
That's how you know there's no lies over here on the DanaJay show.
Right hand to God. Fear not. That's what the word says. Stand strong. Know that the I am that I have inside of me. Yes, I would. Period. Because right is right and wrong is wrong.
No lies on the DanaJay show. So, Ms. Sean, I'm going to let you go for the day. But look, Monday at 8 o'clock. Matter of fact, is that a good time?
Yeah, that should be pretty good.
It's 7 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock my time.
Oh yeah, 7 my time. That's better because you know we're gonna rock for a couple hours. So
Okay. I'm gonna have the visual ready, and when I say the stuff you're gonna hear, you're gonna be like, I guarantee you're gonna be like that man on can you please pass the jelly? Can you please pass the all fruit? And want to say, can you please pass the all fruit?
man, well let's just debunk it. You know what I'm saying? All
Right.
the lies. That's what this is about.
Right.
You know.
Let's debunk it. That's what we're gonna do.
You know, I mean, like seriously, I have nothing to gain. I believe in God. Period. Point blank. I
Facts.
believe in the seeds that you sow are the seeds that you grow. I believe in karma.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wouldn't put myself out here knowing that God is just. Period. Point blank. You cannot escape.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like I don't play those types of games. If it's not true, I'm not gonna say it. And you ask me plenty of questions, and I just simply said I don't know, because if I don't know, I don't know. I'm not gonna volunteer a lie
That's true.
to appease somebody else. I don't know.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But if I do know, I will tell you. Period. Because right is right and wrong is wrong, and there is no way in the world that this man should be getting charged with something. This grown mug that is on the other side of town, they not communicating. What did he telepathically beam into his brain and tell him to do X? Like, no. Why should he be punished for something he did on his own accord?
Facts.
That's
So
wrong. And the fact that he willing even, you know, if you got this type of love for him, why you taking a deal? That's first and foremost. If you got this type of love for him, that means that you said something that's gonna jeopardize his position to make you so that you can lessen your time and you can walk. Like that's crazy, you know. Like I know people that done took 20 years for a person. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna take no deal. Like what is this shit you on? But this your friend, this your buddy, your homie.
he
That
said
you supposed to be protected, but you got a deal though. That don't sound like friends because that's what your friend don't have that same deal.
he said he got what it take to get robbed out of jail 2 years ago. And I promise you on Monday, you're gonna hear all the lies. But he said he got what it take to get robbed out of jail, but he don't want to give it to Rob's defense team. And
So who is he saving it for? Mighty Mouse?
And without saying so much of what you're going to hear Monday, let's just say he contradicted himself 24 times in 2 clips.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that he really wants to rob out?
No.
Absolutely not, because how will he be able to gain?
He made a statement, and I had to really break this statement down, and it took me 2 days to do it, because I wanted to make sure I had every I dotted and every T crossed. And the statement was, because he was talking on somebody's platform, and he said, y'all got to sit back and think. Who got the most to gain if Rob stays in jail? So I examined everybody that's been around Rob that I know. And I said, throw that away. Throw him away. Throw them away. Throw him away. But I kept getting stuck with Don and June. I kept getting stuck there. And I kept going to the bank account. Then I kept going to the stuff. Then I kept going to the lies. Then back to the bank account. Then back to the business. And I'm like,
he told on himself. He always does. I mean, think about this. When he went on, was it the Boski show? And showed stuff that he had?
Yeah, yep.
He told on himself. You see what I'm saying? If he had did that alone and didn't tell anybody, then nobody would know. But he always tells on himself.
I noticed that his whole team tell on itself. If you throw a pebble, they're going to make sure they cover themselves with a gigantic shield. For what? I just threw a pebble, and it wasn't even in your direction. But now you want to come back with war. And then when somebody come back at you, then you cry victim.
Mm-hmm.
His whole team is like that.
I mean, who does this team consist of? What do you mean team?
His team consists of scammers. Yep. Scammers. 100% scammers.
I mean, he's probably paying them, you know?
Fake military vets, all of that. Scammers.
Yeah.
I mean, a person who have a 95-year history of filing bankruptcy because they don't pay bills, but they collecting money for robbery.
Yeah. Terrible. Absolutely. You know some stuff.
You know, am I Ray Charles voice? I can say what I gotta say. I can make it do it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
But all right, Miss Sean, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for coming. Dream Team, love you. See you Monday at 8 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock your time for part 2. Have a good weekend and eat some seafood for me.
Absolutely.
Because that's my new diet now. So.
Well, I'm throwing some on the grill Sunday.
I'm about to go get me a grill tomorrow.
Oof.
I'm gonna get me a grill tomorrow because I gotta put. I want to put some king crab legs on the grill.
Delicious.
Sprinkle them in lemon pepper and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Just go with it.
Man, too bad you're not in the shower. Give you some of my secret sauce. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you make sauce?
Man, I could throw down.
I'll pay for it. Just let me know. Let me know when you package it. And you got my number. I will cash app you and give you my address, and you can just send it. And matter of fact, I will go live like I always do and cook live and let everybody know how that sauce tastes. Now, if it's nasty, I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, Sean. I'm gonna tell you if it's nasty now.
Man, listen. You gonna love that sauce, I'm telling you. I can cook, man.
But let's make it work. But I'm gonna talk to my sister too about national distribution for your book.
That's what's up. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna talk to her first thing in the morning about that. The kid, if you watching, call my phone. I think she might be watching though. Call my phone sometime tonight. Cause she have one of the most, oh my God. Her book now, and she got a book called Power Players. And she crushing the market with her book.
Okay.
So definitely I can talk to her about getting you national distribution. And we'll definitely make it work. We'll make it work.
That's what's up.
I got your back, Miss Sean. I got your back.
All right, DJ.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'll be back Monday.
All right. Dream Team, hosts, people that's here, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important, be yourself, and remember, elephants don't swat flies. On top of that, you also have to remember you kill hate, negativity, and more hate and lies with truth, love, honesty, and respect. Until next time, I will see y'all. Don't forget, in 20 minutes, be back here because I'm going to give y'all the nightcap of Nicki Minaj. And she got some words for y'all. I made sure she got some words for y'all. And a special invited guest that she had on her joint. It's not every day that Nicki Minaj be on somebody's platform. So, no, she won't be live, but she will be live indirectly on my platform. All right? I see y'all in 20 minutes. Thank you, Miss Sean, for dropping by. Miss Sharon Winbush, you the MVP. Shout out. DanaJay gone. Peace.
What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it